Like, honestly, some of the best stuff you'll watch. But yeah, man, like, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Who is your favorite between Pikachu and Togepi?
Dude, Pikachu all day long. Like
Pikachu all day long.
all fucking day long. Like
Yeah, some people loved Togepi. Yeah, like
yeah,
genuinely, they
it was
loved
like
Togepi
I get it. I see where they're coming from. There's like this certain
because it's like it's just so cute. The baby
doggy. Like it had that whole thing going on.
that Togepi thing
Like
it used to
Misty
do.
finds the egg, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then it
Uh,
hatches after a while, and then she
or rather, I
becomes
think Ash, Misty, and Brock, all three of them find it together. It's just that
Misty
Misty
kind of grows
takes,
towards it.
yeah, takes care of it more than anything. I think I remember there's this whole arc where Meowth got really close to Togepi and didn't want to leave Togepi and all that
Dude,
stuff. Like,
Meowth has had like an intense roller coaster
yeah,
character development, yeah.
yeah. I think
First,
he's the most developed character in that series.
dude, he has like a legit conscience and everything, right? Like
Yeah,
you show him like at like battle with himself so many times.
yeah. No, that those are some. But okay, and since Pikachu is your favorite in this whole thing,
Yeah.
one other question: who is your favorite Pokemon of all in all of Ash's teams? Like, or from whatever you've watched, who are your like top five, maybe if you want to go?
Whoa, top five, dude. I think right up there would I loved Squirtle. It broke my heart when he was given up to the Squirtle
Yeah,
squad.
but he
Um,
was the leader of the Squirtle Squad. Squirtle,
hey, dude,
Squirtle,
like
Squirtle.
sunglasses on, man. He looked so cool.
Yeah, he was
I think
boss,
after Squirtle, Charizard up there. I don't know, like, but
of
for
course.
every little boy out there, Charizard is God.
Yeah,
If you had
yeah,
the Charizard card in your Pokemon album, you could die in peace.
yeah.
I think after Charizard, I would have to say Mach was pretty cool. Mach helps
Mark was
him
fine. Yeah.
win that battle against Bellsprout that nobody else is able to. And I think I'd stop at three. I think these three were like by far.
You don't have like two more to like anything that comes to your mind?
Well, I think apart from these three, I can't really. No, man, I think I would stop at three.
Bulbasaur, Pikachu, all those, Pidgeot, none of them? Really?
No, I would go for three. What are your five?
Wow. Okay. So since I've been able to watch a little more, mine I would say kind of range from those other ones as well. Charizard will always be there because I guess Charizard is just Charizard. It's always like,
Dude, like I
oh
said,
my
Charizard
god,
is
it's
absolutely
so
all
cool. But that he'll always be there. But I think one of the cooler ones that I found out later on was Infernape is a really cool Pokemon. Its whole story started off as a Chimchar, and there's this whole like it's a monkey Pokemon that evolves from Chimchar to Monferno to Infernape. I remember having him in the games as well because I always chose Chimchar and I really like that Pokemon.
okay.
And its storyline in the Sinnoh region, whole Diamond and Pearl seasons was so amazing. Like it was this whole story of like Chimcha was abandoned by its trainer to because he thought like Chimcha was too weak and couldn't win the league. So Ash it wasn't like he was dying or anything. Like that trainer basically used to abuse his Pokemon to make them like fight, become stronger, and be able to take hits. But like Chimcha was too like like kind-hearted or like too nice and loved his trainer but and couldn't leave him even though he was abused. But like this whole idea of like it was like a toxic love kind of thing. The whole theme of that person is hurting this Pokemon a lot, but that since the Pokemon loves him so much, he doesn't want to leave. But Ash shows him like what true love is or what like taking care of your Pokemon is, and Chimchar ends up becoming like really strong and grows and becomes and evolves into its final form later on throughout the series, becomes Infernape, and fights his own demons, and at the end of the day shows that his old trainer as well that whatever you didn't make me strong. The true strength came from the belief that Ash had in him. So this whole
Oh my
story of
God,
it was so
that
nice. It was such a well
that
done
is
story.
his heart. Yeah.
Yeah. Infernape is there. Sceptile is there. Sceptile is from the Hoenn region. Like Trico becomes Grovyle, and Grovyle to Sceptile. Like that Pokemon is just so cool. It always has that straw. That hay bale thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah, like
Huckleberry Finn, he's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It always has
twiddling
that
it
in
between its
its mouth.
teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always like it just has that one twig thing in its mouth, always like fiddling with it, and it's just that one quintessential cool attitude wala Pokemon where he'll just go if he's out and about, he'll just like lean against the tree with his hands folded, and it's just a really really
What's
cool
up,
Pokemon.
Doc?
It's very strong as well, so that was a really good one. Gliscor is another one that is really cool. I really love. And finally, Squirtle. I'll agree. Squirtle is up there for me
Dude,
because Squirtle
Squirtle's
was just
boss, man.
Squirtle was boss. I would have loved to see it become a Blastoise, to be honest, but
Wow,
oh well.
dude, Blast. I think out of the starters, I think Blastoise is pretty impressive after
Yeah, yeah,
Charizard. I don't
yeah.
know for some reason why Venusaur comes in last. Maybe it's because he's a little slow and he's like, was that attack Solar Beam?
Solar
Solar
Beam. Yeah.
Damn. Venusaur's like this big piece is slow.
I
But yeah,
like there's a similar Pokemon like Venusaur and Sinnoh. It's also a starter that becomes like a big hulking Pokemon where it's a turtle basically. It starts off like a small turtle, grows, and then its name is Turtwig. Turtwig is such a cute name, by the way. Turtwig, like it's a twig before.
dude, not cuter than Wooloo though.
Oh my god, dude! You should see
Stuck
like
in my
so.
head.
So the whole idea behind that Pokemon is it's a turtle whose shell has a twig growing, so that's why it's called Turtwig. It becomes bigger, so its name changes to Grottle, and it has like leaves coming out, and then it becomes Torterra, which is like a really huge tortoise, and he has a literal like landmass, like trees and a whole mountain on its back, basically almost. Uh,
Fuck. That
it's
reminds me
it's
of this
cool.
one, Camerupt. Like he had this
Oh, dude, he had a volcano right on his
right.
back.
Like these guys went wild with their
Uh,
imagination so many times.
dude, it's such a nummy. Like Pokemon is such a nostalgia trip, man. Like which is your favorite episode? Like if I wanted to ask, like what do you think? What was that one episode
Dude,
that
I
really
think the
really
last
involved
episode
you?
I watched was, when Charizard battles Poliwrath and then
That's
Poliwrath
your
beats,
favorite?
yeah, he beats the fuck out of him, and then
Uh,
you show Ash caring for Charizard like so much. He's trying to
uh,
defrost him, and then I think in the end they show Ash and Charizard sitting. There's like a back shot,
yeah,
and that's when I think Charizard starts obeying Ash again. Like he
yeah,
starts vibing with him.
yeah.
And
Like
fucking Cartoon
Charizard.
Network didn't show the next episode after that, and I
Dude,
grew up.
like there's so much that happens after that with Charizard, man. Like Charizard is later on finds out there's this whole valley where of Charizards called the Charizard Valley or something
Oh
where
fuck! What?
where like all these Charizards train to become the strongest and become the alpha, and then Charizard decides to stay there to become stronger for Ash, and
Oh damn!
because
Charizard leaves Ash too.
for a bit. So
Okay.
he comes back in the later leagues, like when he's become stronger and he's the alpha of that Charismatic Valley.
I
Like
was going to say that. I was
Ash
gonna
calls
say
him
that.
back. Ash calls him back, and he's like, "Bro, I need you,
How,
bro. I need your
how does
help."
that work? How does this work? Does he like drop him a DM on Insta or like
No,
wow?
so there's this carer, na, like the person who looks after all these Charizards in the Charizard
Ah,
Valley, like she
okay.
manages it. So like how Professor Oak sends Pokeballs and transfers Pokeballs to Ash, like
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
he needs different Pokemon, like she sent Charizard's Pokeball to him later on. So basically that's what. But he did leave him to train there because he was like, Charizard needs to like Charizard himself wanted to become strong. He wanted to become stronger for Ash because he knew that he wasn't like the best yet. And like, oh my god, dude, Charizard is so cool. I love that Pokemon. I'm gushing over
Like for
him.
some reason, like first crush Charizard. I don't know why.
Yeah. First crush, last crush,
खत्म
Charizard.
और चाहिए ही नहीं यही है
हाँ, इधर
नाइस है
ही.
Charizard.
Dude, it's
Dude,
so
but
much fun.
Pokemon is always gonna be like a treasure trove of nostalgia, man. Like,
Yeah.
even though I haven't watched
I
as
feel
much
like
as
I've
you have.
spoken way too much today, and you haven't.
Yeah,
I want
dude,
to
this
hear more from you,
no,
dude.
dude, complete backseat on this slide because like I said, I haven't watched the movies. For me, like it ended at season two. So for me, this was mostly about just going back to when I watched it and what it was like. And I just remember like glances. And I think for a reason I haven't ever tried to sort of revisit it because I like it where it's in my head. It's perfect. There are no flaws. I'm not annoyed. And I'm sure if I start watching it right now, I'll be like, yeah, ye kya hai? And I'll fast forward and I'll sort of skip through the fat. And I'm glad I'm not doing that. I'm happy with where it is. And it has this
Honestly, yeah, it's better to leave it that way,
yeah, it
man.
has a special place in my heart. I mean, like for me, like the Nintendo game is always going to be like up there, and then there'll be the trading cards, and then
Yeah.
there'll be the anime. That's the order like of priority in my head.
I mean, fair enough. I guess I can
What
understand.
about you? Like between the anime, the trading cards, and the game, how would you rank it?
So game will be top for me because the game it's the first thing that I got got into first with Pokemon, and it gave me more freedom because it I was the one playing. So the game will always be at the top, but the anime comes second for me because trading cards were great and all, but like I think just the fact that I connected and I saw the anime again, like the whole thing. So for a very long, like the whole commitment to those seasons, kind of made me somehow fall in love with that anime. Like it's a love and hate relationship because I loved it. I also hate it, but I loved it. I still love it. It's
That's
weird.
cool, man. I mean, it's so amazing that there's something that has this special place in our hearts, and it's always
Yeah,
going to be. And like I know that the graphics weren't the best and the storylines weren't the best, but it
it
doesn't
improved.
matter.
It
Like
improved.
it doesn't matter. Like when things have a special place in your heart, you
Yeah,
love it despite all the flaws. And I think
yeah.
Pokemon's got that special place. So
It'll always have that, man.
like
I
you could
think.
have had like there were so many cooler cartoons back then too, right? Like you had
Yeah.
Samurai Jack and then you had Ed and Eddie and
Ooh,
you had like some really bizarre, retarded but amazing cartoons. You had Courage the Cowardly Dog, but
I love
for
all of these.
right, but for some reason I would always like stay up for Pokemon. Like
Like we would sing the theme song, but like we would get copyright striked, so we can't do
yeah. Plus,
that.
I would sing it in Hindi, and you would switch off the podcast. So oh
Nah,
damn
nah.
man, but this has been fun, Sheeples. I'm so glad you all tuned in, and I'm so glad we have another week of Pokemon content to
Oh,
put
I
out.
swear.
It's gonna
I
be
really
fun.
want you to speak more about this, dude. Like, and like honestly, I wish you would have. I think I took over too much of this discussion
No,
here.
dude, it's completely. We probably have a third one. Maybe we'll just play the game, and we'll
So
record
one,
one.
dude, yeah, definitely. So now you sheepers have more to look forward to.
Yeah, we're
You,
really looking forward to playing the game and
yeah.
doing like a live podcast.
So,
It's gonna be
this is not
crazy.
particularly going to happen anytime soon because we'll have to kind of wait for all the COVID stuff to
Yeah,
be
so we
over.
can meet up and do all of that.
Yeah,
And it could probably be fun. You could play it on the Game Boy, and I could play it on the emulator, or vice versa. We could sort
maybe.
of
Yeah,
mix it up and see how that experience is. Also, if you're listening to this and if you've played it on the emulator
hmm
and or on the Game Boy, you got to let us know what it was like. For me, it was primarily the emulator, and for this
me
dude,
it's the Game Boy.
it was the console. But
But
yeah, man.
it's one of the best things. And let us know. Okay, so we have a few questions for you, Shapers. Let us know who your favorite Pokemons were from
Who's
Ash's
your
teams.
favorite Pokemon?
Who's your favorite Pokemon in general? Who are your favorite Pokemons from Ash's team? And finally, like if you had the opportunity to play one of these games again, which one would it be? Like which gen would you play again?
You know
So
what? We could do like a nice vote, and whichever gets the most, we probably pick that game and do a gameplay.
yeah, let's do that. So we have to now open cards and we have to play the games.
What?
This will be available on our YouTube. So you sheepers need to come and subscribe there
Nice.
for this content.
Come support us. We'd love to have you on the
Yeah.
YouTube channel as well.
we genuinely want to keep doing this kind of work a lot more, and we would like it would mean the world to us if you all would support our work if you all are liking it. Like, we don't force you to do it, but I mean, if you feel like we have something nice going here, definitely, like, check us out on these different channels, because we are really trying to provide like the best experience to all of you as much as we can from our side. But yeah, I think this is a good place to end,
Yes,
isn't it?
this was a fun one. Thank you for tuning in, and this is Z signing out. I hope to see you in the next one.
And this is Greninja signing out, and
Whoa,
we
whoa,
shall see
whoa!
you next week with a different topic and something
A
new going on.
different username for
Yeah.
Greninja.
So yeah, this is goodbye.
Goodbye, sheeples.
Goodbye, sheep.